Breaking news! Coming with the latest news just for you. There's some exciting news out there. I'll give you all the details firsthand, but before we dive into today's hot topics, don't forget to hit the like button so you don't miss any crucial updates about our beloved team, because we have another matchup coming up. Let's get to it. Some news that has fans excited, but first we have to touch on a topic that hit us in the gut. Wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown was fined $11,255 for taunting during our recent win over the Dallas Cowboys. After scoring a touchdown early in the fourth quarter, Amon-Ra threw the ball toward the Cowboys' sideline as he walked off the field. Now, we know Amon-Ra is a fiery player with a passion for the game, but this fine reminds us that every action on the field has consequences. Despite that hiccup, he has been a key player this season, racking up 31 receptions for 289 yards and 3 touchdowns in just 5 games. He's clearly making his presence felt on the field. Now, let's talk about some exciting roster moves as we prepare for the upcoming game against the Minnesota Vikings. The Lions have bolstered their defensive line by signing veteran defensive lineman Pat O'Connor to the active roster. O'Connor, who was originally a 7th-round pick by the Lions in 2017, brings with him a wealth of experience from his 6 seasons with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He has played in 68 games, contributing 24 tackles, 5 quarterback hits, and 1.5 sacks over the course of his career. The Lions coaching staff is optimistic that he can step up and help fill the voids left by injuries to key players like Aiden Hutchinson and Kyle Pico. In addition to O'Connor, the Lions elevated edge defender Isaac Ukwu and tight end Shane Zylstra from the practice squad. Ukwu is getting another chance after showing promise in his NFL debut last week, where he recorded 2 tackles and a quarterback pressure. Defensive line coach Terrell Williams praised Ukwu's preparation and his ability to improve as the game progressed. "He's earned the right to be out there," Williams said, which is a testament to the hard work and dedication Ukwu has shown in practice. Now, Zylstra's rise has raised some eyebrows, as he hasn't seen game action since 2022 due to injury. It's unclear what his exact role will be on game day, especially with our tight end list already featuring Sam Laporta, Brock Wright, and Parker Hesse, all healthy. Zylstra's rapid rise could indicate that he's impressed the coaching staff enough to earn a spot on the roster, so it will be interesting to see how he fits into the game plan against Minnesota. Speaking of the Vikings, head coach Dan Campbell shared some insight into the challenge of playing at US Bank Stadium. "It has been a tough battleground for the Lions in the past, with our team going through a roller coaster of close games since Campbell took over." He acknowledged the intense atmosphere created by the Vikings fans and the challenges it presents. "It's a loud environment, as you know. They play very well at home, as most teams do," Campbell said. However, he believes the veteran talent on our roster will help maintain composure amidst the noise. The Lions have been preparing diligently for this matchup, even incorporating the Vikings' signature horn during practice to acclimate our players to the environment they will face on Sunday. With an experienced group, especially on the offensive end, Campbell is confident they will be able to keep a cool head, emphasizing the importance of patience throughout the game. As we prepare for this important matchup with the Vikings, it is vital that we come together and support our team. The Lions are ready to prove themselves, and with the addition of experienced players like O'Connor and the return of promising talent like Ukwu, there's plenty of reason to be optimistic. Now, Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What do you think of the fine handed down to Amon-Ra St. Brown? Do you think it was justified, or do you think the league is being too harsh? Also, how do you feel about the new additions to our roster ahead of the Vikings game? Let's get the discussion started in the comments below. Now, let's get into the buzz surrounding the Detroit Lions and a potential blockbuster trade that has everyone talking. As the Lions continue to solidify their position as serious contenders this season, one glaring need has emerged: defensive end. Enter Max Crosby, the standout defensive end for the Las Vegas Raiders. With local ties to Eastern Michigan University, Crosby has generated plenty of fan chatter as a player the Lions could target ahead of the upcoming NFL trade deadline on November 5th. Now, here's the scoop: Crosby is under contract for 2 more years, part of a hefty 4-year, $94 million deal he signed in 2022. With the Raiders in control of the team, any potential trade wouldn't come cheap. Reports indicate the Raiders wouldn't just ask for a few draft picks, they'd want the whole house in exchange for their star quarterback. Raiders owner Mark Davis has made it clear he has no intention of parting ways with Crosby. "It's unfortunate today, but there's a lot of outside talk that's not true," he said. Davis stressed that such speculation doesn't come from reliable sources, and he simply doesn't want to get caught up in that black hole of rumors. However, there's a twist. According to insiders, there's a natural interest in Crosby joining the Lions. His recent comments about his situation and that of the Raiders have sparked hopes among fans for a trade. With the Lions starting the season strong at 4-1 and the Raiders struggling at 2-4, you can see why this trade scenario has fans excited. Crosby wants to be the cornerstone of the Raiders organization, and while he has aspirations of helping the team rebuild, the allure of joining a Super Bowl contender like Detroit may be hard to resist. But let's not forget the current direction of the Raiders. While they're not in full rebuild mode, they are evaluating their quarterback situation for the future, especially after trading wide receiver Davante Adams to the New York Jets earlier this week for a 2025 third-round pick. This indicates that they're looking to shift gears, but how that affects Crosby's status remains to be seen. Crosby has deep roots in Michigan. He's originally from Colleyville, Texas, but has made significant contributions to Eastern Michigan University, where the field is even named after him. It's clear that a return to Michigan would be well received by fans and could be a dream come true for him. Meanwhile, Lions general manager Brad Holmes is doing his homework. He's aware of the obstacles to signing a player like Crosby and has reportedly reached out about other options, including New York Jets defensive end Haason Reddick. The Lions' defensive end depth has been affected, especially with opening night starters Aiden Hutchinson and Marcus Davenport out with season-ending injuries. Crosby has been impressive this season with 5.5 sacks, but he's dealing with a sprained ankle that kept him out of practice earlier this week. Fortunately, he doesn't carry an injury designation heading into Sunday's game against the Los Angeles Rams, meaning he should suit up and contribute. Now, Lions fans, we want to hear from you. What do you think about the potential of Maxx Crosby joining the Lions? Could he be the game changer this team needs? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for all the latest Lions updates and news. Let's keep the conversation going, and as always, thanks for watching. Go Lions!